Today we're going to be asking the question, could the UK learn from the German police when it comes to protests and riots, or are the German police taking it too far? There's a lot of videos circulating online on how the German police deal with protesters and how they deal with rioters. But there's also a lot of videos on how the British police deal with protesters and rioters. Is one too soft? Is one too tough? Or has one got it right? Or has one got it wrong? Or have they both got it wrong and they need to meet in the middle? So we're going to be checking out some videos today from how German police deal with them. But before we carry on, a big shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you for supporting the channel, and a massive shout out to all of you who've joined this video, liked, shared and subscribed or commented on any content I do. I do try and read as many as I can. And a massive shout out to anyone who's brought our coffee or our merch. The link is in the description. But getting into it then, protests are at an all-time high around the UK, Europe, US, Australia, New Zealand, and even over, sort of Hong Kong and stuff, Singapore. There is a lot of protests going on. People fighting for their country, their traditions and their culture. You've got anti-protests, you've got pro-Palestine protests that are getting way out of hand. You've got pro-immigration, anti-immigration, even though all these, pro-immigration wouldn't actually let an asylum seeker stay in the house. But yeah, protests at an all-time high. Before we get started, I do not incite any violence, so don't go attacking anyone, please, off the back of this video. We're just looking at it. I think, straight from the off, we do need to be a bit tougher, especially when it comes to rioters and protesters. It's just getting out of hand. But no violence. We do not incite violence on this channel. But let's check out this one first. We got a few videos to check out, so stay till the end. Let's have a look.
Halten Sie Abstand zu der Maßnahme, ansonsten hätte ich Zwang einverstanden.
Halt dein Maul, was ist das für ein Umgang?
So that one there, straight away, in with the fists. If they want to calm a crowd down, they want to push them back, they do not hesitate to push someone extremely hard or punch them. And they've also, the way they use of force looks extremely different to how we would in the UK. Let's see if we can get that up again. So what you'll see is, there, when they go to basically control the individual, they use a lot of pressure points to apply pain to get them to sort of comply. But what I've noticed as well is they sort of cover their eyes and face. So they put their hand, forearm around their head to control them again. And what that does, it makes someone feel claustrophobic. So straight away, a lot of people, when they feel claustrophobic, they will sort of stop the fight mode and go into flight and sort of stop resisting as such. But as you saw at the beginning of the video here, straight away, look. Fists are flying, get back, get out of our space. We're trying to deal with an individual. We think you're a threat to us and other people. Do you think that is correct? Comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Let's have a look at another one then. So we've got some here. Let's have a look at this. Once again, Palestine protesters. Here is a massive issue that a lot of police are having to try and deal with. They're trying to take an individual away. They've sort of committed some crime. They feel like they're a threat. They're a bit too much for the protest. And what you're finding is other protesters are holding on to that protester, making it harder for them to drag that individual away and arrest them and remove them from the area. Look, there, look, straight away, watch this, just dragging them by one arm along the floor. Where you got to look at this. Is it reasonable? Is it necessary? And is it proportionate? If that guy, you feel there is a threat, they're committing an offence, they're resisting arrest, drag them along the floor. That's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. There you go, look. Is that too much? I don't believe the British police would be allowed to do that. As you can see, pretty much got him in a chokehold. You can see the guy struggling to breathe there. I don't think the British police would get away with that. Should they be doing that? Should they not? You know, I'd love to know your thoughts. Hey,
hey! Press! I'm doing my work, press!
And it's sort of similar. This is quite a long video. We'll go on to the next one now, where a lot of people would think it's pretty brutal. The police are under a lot of pressure. There's less police than there is protesters. So they're trying to calm the situation down. There's people trying to go about their day. You got people out protesting as always. And have a look at this one. Let me know what you think of this. You've got to look. There you go there. Let me rewind it right there. And it continues. Let's go back a bit more. I didn't go back further enough. Look here. There you go. Fish straight to the nose. What she's saying there, you don't effing scare us. They're trying to bring it on. They're constantly winding the police up, shouting things at them, trying to wind them up, trying to annoy them. They want the police to retaliate so then they can try and get the police done. That's basically what they want. Continue to watch that area there. There you go, straight to the face again. Look, that one hurt. She's not so loud now. Nose is bleeding. There you go, look, now that's it. They've had enough. Look, you saw there, head, basically hand on the face. One, that's to control them, because if you can control the head, you can pretty much control where they go. But if you sort of cover their eyes a little bit, they're going to feel a little bit claustrophobic and the fight mode sort of goes. And there you go, dragged away. And I think, there you go, we'll pause it there. There's the pressure point. So they got in an inverted wrist. So try it on yourself if you want it. It's quite hard. Put your elbow up against a wall. So you got it blocked. It needs to be blocked. And then basically put pressure through your wrist like that. It hurts. It extremely hurts. It's what a lot of security use, police forces. It's how that's how you can control someone, because if they keep resisting and not listening to you, just apply more pain. At some point, trust me, unless they're double like jointed or the very, very rare few people, they will not feel pain there. But there's other ways of applying pain. Basically block it, invert the wrist and apply pressure. You're going to control them, as you'll see. As you can see there, look, as you're controlling her by one hand, complete control, literally one hand. You've got it blocked, cocked, applying pressure. There you go again, face covered. Got control of the head, so you know they're going to find it extremely hard to get out of that because you've got control of the head. Normally where the head, you know, the head and eyes go is where the body will go. Control of that, covering the sides of their face, making them feel claustrophobic. The other person's got control of the Straight away, someone needs arresting, taken away. Police are in, all round the fence, trying to get all the individuals away, providing security to those police officers so they can do their job. So there it is. That is how police are dealing with their protesters, their rioters, mainly Free Palestine and you're sort of pro-immigration, but mainly Free Palestine when you're watching it. You know, all of you go over to Palestine and do all this chanting and walk around how you do, how you dressed. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's war on both sides. But how the police deal with it, I definitely think the British could learn a few things from them, with how they control people, to stop them, you know, make them comply, stop them from resisting. You know, punch into the face, comment below what your thoughts are on that. I'd be very interested to hear what you've got to say. But I definitely feel like the German police are going down a better route than what the British police are. Sometimes the British police are stepping up. I feel like they've had enough. But, you know, in the UK, these protests are happening way too often. People getting away with way too much. Something needs to be done about it in my eyes, in my personal opinion. So, you know, sometimes a bit of aggression is needed, not violence. We don't need violence. But sometimes people need taken away and they need arresting, and you've got to do what's got to be done. But yeah, let us know what your thoughts are on this. I'd be very interested to hear what you've got to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.